Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and it's another edition of Friday Quickies. Yay! I'm really excited about today because this is something I have seen done for forever. In fact, I did it a really long time ago myself, but I haven't done it for years. And while I know it's not exactly a new technique, it is so awesome. And then, of course, I had to take my own spin on it. So, that's how things go with me. You can tell I'm really inky, which is a good sign that I did some really great creative stuff. And I will post a picture of my workspace, my desk on Pinterest, or not on Pinterest, on Instagram and Facebook, because it's super bad. And that means I've done super good stuff. So let me show you what the technique is. First of all, I don't know if there's an official term for it or what, but I would call it block stamping, where you take one of your Stampin' Blocks and, they come in different sizes, and then you ink it up with markers and then you wet it down and stamp it. So that's what I did. I mean, very basic, real simple, but lots and lots of fun possibilities. And I am just looking for, I like literally have about a billion stamps out in my craft room right now. Like literally, because you might not think I have a billion, but I might. It's possible. And the thing about this is that I've been having such a good time. I haven't put anything away because I just want to keep working and doing the next thing. So I think that's always the sign of a good technique. Now, the first thing I need to do is, well, I don't even know why I bother because this workspace is so, I need to redo my paper. So if you didn't know, look at this. This is paper. Oops, just ripped it a little. I need to replace mine though. It is not a wood table. I don't advocate stamping on a wood table, but almost every video somebody asks me what my background is. It's paper. Got it at Hobby Lobby. You can shop there, but only for this, nothing else. The rest you can shop for through my online store. Did you like that shameless plug? I really do like it though, because it just is pretty for my background for videoing. But other than that, I don't use it here. It's not a work surface. My work surface is actually a countertop that I have that's like white laminate. So that's what my work surface is. I only have this in the background for shooting videos. I have rambled on long enough about that. Let's get to the stamping because that's the fun part. Now I want to show you, I am using watercolor paper for these backgrounds, and I think it looks better, and I will show you exactly what I mean by that. Well, I shouldn't say it looks better, it just looks different, and I like the look of it with the watercolor paper. So it's up to you with what you want to do. But here's some watercolor paper that I have pre-cut. I'm going to take some markers, and I have I thought I had a yellow in here somewhere. Oh, but something fell on the floor. I wonder if that was my marker. It could have been. Yep, it was down on the floor. See, this is what happens when things really get going. Okay, so I am using Marina Mist, Pacific Point, and Crushed Curry. And part of this was to use colors outside of the box because I kind of stick with the same colors all the time. And I think it's really good to get out of your color box. So I'm just going to color markers right on my block. Okay. And whenever I do this, I always want to go from lightest to darkest. I think you get the best results that way. And then the dark does not overpower the light. You get enough light in there, and that's good. Light color, not light as in sunshine light. Okay. So I've got on here some Pacific Point Marina Mist Crushed Curry. Okay, do you see that? Lovely. Now, what I'm going to do next is take my Stampin' Spritzer, and oh goodness, it's right here. I've been using it a lot. And I'm just going to spritz a little water on here. Okay, so that it's wet. And I would say, wet is kind of on a scale. I would say not like soppy, drippy wet, but fairly moist. Okay, so I stamped that, and I'm a little bit worried my block was a little crooked. Okay, doesn't that look cool already? I mean, aren't you already excited? And then when I pick it up, this is the look that I get. And if you want to kind of mix it a little bit, you can actually go ahead and stamp it down a couple times, just if you don't like the blending, or if you want to get a little more on there. Like it's a little dry right here, so I could spritz just a little. Be careful because it can go a little wild, as this just did. Okay, but there is my background. Now I can set this aside to dry, and this is ultimately what I ended up with. And to finish this card off, all that I did was I stamped "I'm here for you." That is from a set called Here for You. And I think it's really nice. It's a nice set. It has some really nice sayings. Anyway, I stamped that on top because I stamped it on my block. You see it's under there? I stamped it crooked, so I had to pop it up on top. Anyway, and then I just mounted it onto, this is a layer of Pacific Point cardstock and a Marina Mist card. Okay, and then this is a vellum punch, and then this is the tree builder punch that I punched with watercolor paper, the little excess left over from this. Okay, so that's really easy, right? Let me show you one more quick one. Oh, and actually, let me show you one other thing. So this is the same thing stamped on white. And what you'll notice is where, obviously here I got a little crazy because I spritzed it. And if you don't like how it's getting all over the place, get your Kleenex out and you can kind of sop up some of that color to sort of keep it under control so that it doesn't go everywhere. But what I love that you get on watercolor paper is some of this cool edge stuff. And when it dries, you really see it. In fact, let me show you right here. See these cool lines? This is stuff you get on watercolor paper. You are not going to get those cool lines on just, this is Whisper White cardstock. Okay. So I really do like the difference. It is, I think, this one is a little bit more natural, whereas this is clearly a square or rectangle or whatever. So it's just a different. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. It certainly works, but I really like the look of this. And I have actually, well, let me show you the next card. So here's the next one. I really liked this color combo. So let me show you how I did this. Very easy. I'm going to take a bigger block this time. This is the D block. This was, I believe, a B. No, C, sorry. C. Okay, so I have a little bit bigger block. And by the way, you want to use a clean block if, like, can you see there's grime and goo on mine? I use glue for my classes, so people get glue on their fingers and then they touch the blocks and then there's glue everywhere. It's just a thing. It's how it works, but it's okay. Okay, so for this color combination, I want to try something a little bit different. Where did my other marker go? It's over here. So I had Pool Party, Rich Razzleberry, and Elegant Eggplant. I could even show these colors to you right side up. These are really pretty together as well, something a little different. So let me show you how I did this one. Again, I'm going to color on my block, lightest color first, and I think Pool Party is a funny color because you don't really see it on the block because, you know, it's such a light color. My next darkest is Rich Razzleberry. And the other thing I will mention about this is because you're using these, pardon me, markers on here, you can blend a little bit and control where the color is going really nicely, which I love. And then, of course, if you go from light to dark, you're not in danger of mixing colors on your marker. And the other thing too is you really are going to get a different look every time you do this. It's never going to turn out exactly the same, which is fine. And I like that too. You know, it makes your stuff unique. Okay, so I'm going to spritz this, and I have it a little bit more wet than I want it, but that's okay. I can use my finger to kind of smear the color, or in this case water, around. I don't want to smear the color, trust me. Okay, so let's see, we'll do it kind of like this. And what's nice is if you have kind of stroke lines on here, the water softens all of those lines and then they won't be visible. Okay, and I love the look. Very pretty, soft. It's a little dry up here, so again, I can take and spritz. This time I'm going to spritz on my, ooh, sorry, that just bumped my camera. You got a little glimpse of outside the camera shot where it is not pretty. Okay, so then I just went on here one more time, and then you can see that dry area is now gone, and then the feathering has taken place a little bit more. And again, that is the beauty of watercolor paper. This will not happen on Whisper White. It will just be edges. So that's cool. Now to finish this card up, all I did was layer it up. I punched with my Petite Petal Punch, a Pool Party flower, and then the Tree Builder, a watercolor one with a little gem in the center, and added, this is thick or just regular solid baker's twine in black around it. And then I'm Always Here for you is from, what did I do with it? I'm going to put it back on my shelf. It is from Friendly Wishes, which is a very nice set. I love the big bold words, so any of these would work great on these blocks. Okay, and last but not least, I have one more, and this one I got a little funky on. So let me show you what I did with this. So this one, I used a bigger block. This is a letter E. Can you see that? No? E block. E, there it is. E is the second to largest. Then there's also like the big one that is for background stamps. And by the way, you can just wipe these off with tissue or on your stamp cleaner or whatever, you know, like now you have a clean block. By the way, if you do have goo on your blocks, because remember I mentioned it's best to do this without gooey blocks, I use a magic eraser, Mr. Eraser, whatever those things are called, you know, the little white thingies. They scrub off stuff really well, especially permanent black ink comes right off. It's great. Okay, so last one. I'm going to do a little bit different this time. I really wanted to get some cool texture on here, and I found that with my markers, while I could get great color, I didn't really get much of anything else. So I'm going to actually employ the use of a stamp. So let me show you what I did. I got to clean this one off though. Okay, so this is from, and of course now I can't find the, what did I do with the stamp? Here we go. It's from Playful Backgrounds. So I'm using this one, and then I will ultimately use this one as well. So let me show you how I did that. Really fun. Oops, except I put my stuff away. Okay, so here I'm going to use Pool Party, Rich Razzleberry, and Elegant Eggplant. I really liked that color combination from the last card, so I'm going to use it again. So now what I'm going to do is ink up my dots and stamp them on here all over the place. Again, I'm always going to go from lightest to darkest. Okay, and once I've kind of got, now this is going to be much harder to see. Let me grab a paper so you can try and, can you see some of those dots on there? It is, there we go. It's a little tricky to see these Pool Party ones, but I promise the next ones will be easy to see. Okay, again, lightest to darkest. So you do the most in Pool Party, then I'm going to do a few less in Rich Razzleberry. The other thing you want to be careful of is your stamps, especially the photopolymer, will slide right across your block. So just straight up and down. Okay, be careful. So you can see, probably tell I used a lot less on there. And then just stamp that a couple times. And then I will use my, whatever this color is, Elegant Eggplant, sorry. So I'll just put a few there and a few there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, same thing I've been doing all along. I'm going to take my piece of watercolor paper. Again, I highly recommend watercolor paper. It's not even, so I'm going to get that water kind of even. You could use an aqua painter for this, by the way. You don't have to have a spritzer. I just find it's easiest to get it on there fast because I get impatient because I know it's going to be cool. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp this down. And then you can see the colors kind of mix. And depending on how many you've used, you're going to get more or less mixing, especially with how much water you used. So this is exactly what I did with this one, except I think I had a lot more water on this one because you can see they really mix together more. Now, if you want to change this up so it's a little different, spritz some water on there, and look at how everything softens up. Isn't that cool? Okay, so there's my background. Now, what I did on my sample was I stamped Hello Friend. This is the stamp set that comes in the kit this year that we have that makes cards. Let me grab it. It's called the Oh Happy Day card kit. It's in this cute box. And then it makes all these cool cards. So I use the stamp set from that. And then to finish this off, and by the way, if this water runs in ways you are not happy about, just pick up some of that excess water with your Kleenex. Make sure it's clean where you're dabbing, or you're going to get whatever color your Kleenex has on it. But that's a great way to get rid of the dots. Anyway, then I stamped some circles. Once this was dry, I stamped, or mostly dry, I stamped some of the circles that were outlines from the stamp set. And then I added, of course, the greeting in black, and then some black sequins and black linen, or not linen thread, metallic thread. So really cute, but make sure you are watching, that you're watching your water content and how much mixing you want to have happen. Now for my VIPs, I have some more techniques on this in another video that I'll post on our VIP page. Look at this cool feathering. You just don't get that on the Whisper White. Anyway, so I have some more samples. I'll give you a quick look at them because they're pretty cute. So these are more that I'm going to show on my VIP page, and how I did those are really cool. So anyway, if you would like to be a VIP because you aren't already one, all you have to do is place an order, and I will add you to our Facebook group. We have all kinds of extra videos and whatnot. And in fact, this month, well, actually, it's a long story, but I'm really behind on my thank you card, so I have a really special treat going out to everybody who's ordered from me. And if you haven't ordered from me, it's from mid-June, or I'm sorry, mid-July. I think the cutoff date was July 17th until the end of September. If you want, you'll get a special gift from me in the mail and a cool video that goes with it. And for my VIPs, I'll be posting that probably next week, and the kits are going out next week. So I'm very excited. And luckily my awesome assistant Emily is making it all possible, because otherwise it would just never happen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you like this video and have fun with this technique. I hope you get stamping. Have a great weekend. Bye.